Sober Ladies, and thank you for joining me for the Confident Sober Woman Facebook group live. Today, we are diving into talking about why you need to take small baby steps in order to create that huge transformation in your life. Okay, so change can be really challenging, right? It's daunting a lot of the times when we want to do something so big or we have this big dream or goal. Sometimes it's overwhelming, right? I want you to imagine a goal or dream that you have that you would like to pursue or you've had on your kind of dream list or your vision board or something that you really want, something that you find yourself kind of talking about with your friends or at the cocktail party or out, at the gym. What is that big thing that you really would like to pursue? I want you to bring that into your mind. I kind of imagine it for a second. What are the first thoughts that come up? Do you feel excited and confident? Or is it more like fear and overwhelm and kind of immediate doubt? So, no doubt that you have some big goals in your life. Most of us do. It might be things like weight loss or a fitness level, or maybe it's a professional goal like a rank or promotion or start your own business or maybe go back to school. Maybe you want to see your kids go to college. You want to help send them off to college. Maybe you want to maintain successful relationships. Maybe you want to write a book or run a marathon. Really, the possibilities here are endless, and it's so personal for each one of us. But no doubt you have some big goals. I'm sure that, like I said, you do talk about them sometimes. Things like at parties, like I'd really like to run a marathon one day, or whatever your goal is. But then you never actually follow through. More often than not, people with big dreams kind of suppress them with a series of negative thoughts and limiting beliefs about all the reasons why it can't or won't happen. And as my friend Mel Robbins points out in her research, the process usually happens in the brain within 5 seconds. Yep, that's totally correct. Within 5 seconds, your brain goes from idea to fear, overwhelm, doubt, and then worse, and then shuts that down with immediate, like, all the reasons why you can't do it or you're not going to do it or it can't happen right now. And oftentimes those reasons are very logical and seem to kind of fit, right? Well, right now I'm raising all these children and I don't really have space for that, or my job really needs me to focus right now, or our financial situation isn't kind of going to support that. A lot of times these reasons that we have, we can intellectualize them right into logic. So, but what I want you to know is that it doesn't have to be this way at all, right? There is a way to start and achieve a goal without the total overwhelm and shutting down of your brain. Because remember, the purpose of change is to move from one state to a future state with the goal of improvement, right? And this is all determined by you. And then we want that change to be sustainable over time, meaning it's lasting. So we're looking to move from where you are now with the situation in your life today to where you want to be in a future time. And again, it can be any number of those things that I've already mentioned or something else completely, right? We're moving from where we are now to where we want to be. So many of the roadblocks are from your normal day to day life, right? You have a lot on your plate. You're a sober woman, so you're likely doing some recovery work. You might have children, a job, relationships, you maintain a home, all of the things, right? There's a lot going on for most of us. And then you kind of couple that with the stories that you've been told about yourself your whole life. Things like you're not capable, you aren't worthy of success, you aren't good enough. You know the ones that I'm talking about. The things that you heard from growing up years as beliefs about yourself that are most likely very untrue. And we add those things all up, and then wham, you have barriers to success that are just like brick walls. These are going to prevent you from achieving any of your dreams and even thinking about kind of making the steps towards doing that. So, whatever your goal is, breaking it down into very small, manageable baby steps done consistently over time is the way to lead to those huge transformations, right? Success builds confidence, and then that creates momentum, and then that makes us want to keep going. So when we have these micro wins, right, these kind of baby step wins along the way that feel like kind of a nothing, right? Like maybe, for example, you want to become more fit and you have a very defined goal about that, around like body weight or percentage of body fat or whatever that looks like for you. And a very small micro change starting today is, I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day. So when you decide that and you put that into place, it might be very difficult for you to see how this one micro change is going to get to that big goal because it's so far down the road. But when we do that consistently over time, the transformation is going to be huge over a month or 6 months or a year or many years. See where I'm going with this? So those small successes build that confidence and create momentum, and it helps us to keep going. This makes it a lot easier to manage. So whether you want to renovate your home or be a better mother or change your body in some way, sustainable change can only happen with small baby steps. It allows for us to have those little mini wins along the way on the daily, right? That add up consistently to lead to huge change. This way, you reduce the overwhelm and the fear that comes when we look at the huge change as a whole and then begin to think, I can't do that. Oftentimes, we want to eliminate it, right? We want to say that's too big. I want to run that marathon, but then we don't do anything about it because within 5 seconds, our brain has already thought of all the reasons and all the feelings to accompany them about why you're not going to do it. So breaking it down makes it possible within your life and within your own challenges for you to feel like it's actually doable. So this is why breaking it down into small pieces is super important. Tomorrow I'm going to come back live at 12 and I'm going to give you 5 baby steps you can take right now to make big changes over time. So you're going to want to tune in for this because this is where the rubber meets the road, right? This is the actual steps and actions that we can take in order to start to make these big changes over time. So join me tomorrow live right here for 5 baby steps you can make to make big changes over time. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them below. I will get back to you as soon as possible, or you can send me a DM and we can chat in there. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will chat with you soon.